What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, warning, I'm gonna just let you know that I got my TV on, but I got ridiculousness playing in the background. So if I get distracted, I get distracted. But I think I've seen this episode before, so I don't think there was no wild stuff that went down. But anyways, I need to stop doing that. I need to stop turning on my TV. But I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like a comfort thing. Like I gotta have my TV on, or just have it on mute if I'm like working on videos or podcasting or whatever. But anyways, even when I've been like, well, when I did the IRL streams, like I would have my TV on some days, but. No, so there was another person that wanted me to do an episode like for them, but they overall wanted me to talk on like life experiences. I don't know what they really like meant like by it, but I don't know. Like I guess I'm gonna have to like try to like work my way around like talking on life experiences. But more so just kind of like motivating people like for whatever life experience that you're dealing with. Like, and I was kind of talking on that while I was streaming, like, things ain't forever. Like, it's just, for the moment. Well, it's like something along those lines. But yeah, I don't really know what they meant, but it's like I guess to talk on some life experiences. I mean, and there's so many out there, so that's why I'm like, dang, like I kind of wish like I had like more to go based off of and things. But there's life, that's the thing though with like life experiences, is that they're all like they're different, but at the same time, like they all kind of just have like the same feeling or outcome. It just really depends on like what you're doing or what you're getting your life into. Like it every like things can be different. So like whether you're choosing a different job profession, so let's say you go from working to in like the food industry, and now you're working in like the fashion industry. Like it's still gonna be the same thing. Like it's just gonna be different in its way, but it's all at the end of the day, it's really all about like whether you're gonna like it or not. So like you might have not liked the food industry, but who knows? Like that's what it's like with the clothing industry. It's like, or a fashion industry. It's like, okay, you work in a, like, let's say you work at a Balenciaga store or something like that. Now you, and it's like the thing is though, it's it's where like it's what you want to do, you want to work like, and that's like the only like clothing store that's like hiring or something. That's why it's like I feel like that. And that's what it was like. One of the things I was talking on my stream is like, you always have to like set options for yourself. Don't just settle for working at, a clothing store. Like, while you're working at this clothing store, see what other things you can't be interested in and get into that. Like, there was a fan during my stream. He said that he wanted to be a politician, but he also wanted to be a game developer. And I said, bro, do both. Work, and that's what it's like, going back to what I was talking on, whether, if you're working in the food industry or you're working in the fashion industry, do both and see if you like both of them and things. Like, my thing is that I want people to, completely, like use themselves. And I guess like to say that like not in a bad way, but to overall like don't just settle or limit yourself. Like, like everything, my thing is like things are unlimited. Like you can do, I mean, like things is limited, but things are unlimited at the same time. Pretty much saying it's like there's unlimited options out there for you. So if you want to, let's say if you get into the fashion industry, but you want to learn how to create clothes, do that. Learn like from where you're working at, and then like, start your business on the side or something. So I've seen where people, they did that working at the food industry. At my old job, I seen where people was they were like working at the food industry but wanted to open up like their own restaurant. They was doing their own thing on the side. So I think, who was it? It was somebody that was telling me that they wanted to start up like a food trucking business. And I think it was somebody that worked at my job. I can't remember. But anyways, I felt like at some point in time somebody did tell me something like that. But there's actually, some like an idea for you. Like for those that want to be in the like food industry, it's like go buy you a food truck and just all the different recipes and all the different things you could come up with. Like that's you. Create it, use it, do what you want to do. But I'm trying my hardest with this episode. Dang, I just wish I kind of had like more to like. Man, I think I should did that as message the person that asked me to talk on like life experiences and like what do you like define like life experience, like what do you exactly want me to talk about with life experiences. But that's the thing though with me. I'm like, hey, I'm like, I even though it's like I don't really have like a whole lot to talk on, I'm still gonna find something and things. But anyways, moving on. But I mean, life experience. Okay, like let me think of this because I feel like this should have been 15 minutes. I'm like, dang man. But anyways, so what other things can I talk on with life experiences? And if it's like outside of like working, let's say if it's personal life experiences. Let's say if it's something that's like very dramatic or traumatic in your life where it's like it's gonna leave you in a position where you just don't know what to do, things don't last forever. Okay, things don't last forever. Your struggles don't last forever. Your problems don't last forever. Even the success, like success doesn't last forever. But it's like you have to. My thing is like you have to still keep going and going until you figure out something. Until like you are settled and relaxed. And that's the thing. Even though when you get to that point when you're relaxed, it's like you still gonna have to like go out and do stuff. Like that's the thing. I seen a post on Instagram like that where it was saying like when you get to that like relaxing point, it ain't over. It was like something along those lines. But it's and it's not really, like I've gotten to the point. My thing is like I can't remember the last time I've been relaxed. Like I've always have like I had to say ever since 2015, like or probably my whole life. Like I've always felt like I've had to, when I was in school, like I was of course doing schoolwork and things. And so once I got out of school, I feel like that there was a point in time when I relaxed, and that was like crucial. That was like time I wish I can get back. Like the times where I am relaxing, the times where I'm, not working and things and not, focusing on myself and focus on bettering myself. I feel like that's like, that's of course like time you can't get back. But that's the thing though. It's like it's never too late. Like that's why I've always been seeing posts, and I'm like, I think a lot of people need to see posts like that. It's like you don't need to start everything as soon as you like graduate from high school. I think a lot of people think along those lines. It's like, you can like dive into a few things and see what you like until you figure out something, and who knows, you can start your business like at 40, 50 years old. So it's like my thing is like there's no problem with that. There's no problem with that at all. Start a business. You could be retiring and start a business. So it's like at the end of the day, it's like it's never too late for something. Like don't think for a second like, well now I'm in my 30s and I don't want to be I can't be a content creator because I'm in my 30s. Everybody likes watching the younger content creators like the TikTokers or the Paul brothers or who else, myself, like whoever. But that's the thing though. It's like at the end of the day, if it's something that you want to do, don't let like what today's society or whoever done told you like you can't do it. Don't let them like tell you or discourage like what you overall want to be in life. If you want to be a content creator, you can. I've seen where there's been literally like old men like with gray hair being Twitch streamers out there playing video games. So I'm like, bruh, at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter like how old you are when you want to get into something. I was like, there's like I just said, like there's old people that's out there being Twitch streamers, and there's old people out there as YouTubers. Look at the one guy before he passed, Angry Grandpa. That man was making videos all the way up until pretty much until he passed. Rest in peace to Angry Grandpa. And not to really like use him as an example, but that was really the only like man that I knew of that was a content creator at his age, and there was nothing wrong with that. He had people probably his age, and of course he had people younger, much more younger than him, watching his videos. I remember when I discovered his videos when I was in high school. I think I was either 14, 15 when I discovered his videos, and I was cracking up on every single one of them. So that's why I'm like, it's you could be at any given age and like get an audience and stuff. Like if you want to be like a old elderly or whoever, if you want to be an older person and you want to play video games, do it. That type of stuff, because you don't see that too often. You don't see where it's like somebody that's like 50, 60 years old playing Call of Duty, and then like on top of that you're good too. Like you're out here competing against people that's like my age or even in high school or younger than that. Fam, like you can definitely blow up off of that. And that's even like talking with like the one like fan that was in my stream today, he was saying how he was like he wanted to be a politician and a game developer. I'm like, fam, do that. Do you? My thing is like that's the type of stuff that people talk on. Things that's like nobody like what they're doing. And to talk on like my own like life experience on being a content creator, I got 30 YouTube channels. How many YouTubers do you know out there with 30 YouTube channels? Like 30? No, 31 YouTube channels. How many content creators do you know out there with that many channels? You might hear where a YouTuber will have their main channel, a backup channel, might have a gaming channel. Like that's I feel like that's like the most I've ever seen from YouTubers. I had to say the only other YouTuber that I know with more than 3 channels is the one YouTuber that I was reacting to a lot last year, Senpapi Rick. And he told me that he got motivated by me to create more channels. Like that's something that it's something that a lot of people they just that they don't know that about me. I'm like, yeah, I got a lot of YouTube channels. My thing is I'm active on all of them. I have videos uploading on each of those channels and still got videos coming out for each of those channels. So my thing is that when it's like they say that, and that's why I'm like also to kind of like talk on that, where people they say that that's impossible to have 31 YouTube channels, or it's impossible to be a politician and a game developer, or it's impossible to be 50 60 years old and to be a content creator, bro. That's to overall to like to talk on that. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. I see people. My thing is like I seen people a lot older than me play video games. For an example, my parents, like a lot older than me. I'm like not a whole lot, but I'm just saying they're older than me. They play video games. Who else have I seen play video games? Overall, well, like then that one content creator, but it's like people like probably a little bit younger than me. They might be in their 30s or 40s or something. I'm pretty sure Keemstar. How old is he? That man's like in his 30s and he's out there. There's a lot. I'm just overall saying there's a lot of people out there. Much more old. It's like the like if you. My thing is like if you want to be a content creator and it's like but I'm 30 and stuff. Like okay, go out, create a channel, do it. You want to have 30-some YouTube channels, create them. If you want to, upload 100 videos every single day, do it. That's what I'm overall just telling y'all. It's like anything is possible. Anything. It's like people, like the stuff that people say that's impossible, it's something that they can't do, but you can do it. So that's what I'm like, yeah, it's like people when they say that, I'm like, that's what you say to them. I'm like, yeah, it might be impossible to you because you can't do that stuff. You don't have the mindset to do that stuff. I have the mindset to do that stuff. I have the mindset to have 30-some YouTube channels and more. Because I'm like, my thing is like, I can't really think of any other ideas right now of like creating more channels. But most likely I will eventually like think of like another, and I'm going to be talking about how I have 32 YouTube channels. So that's what I'm like, yeah, it's, at the end of the day, I'm like, it's a never ending, like, worth ethic with me. I got to continuously keep on going. I got to continuously keep on working. And then it's like, not even like discussing, all the other side things that I do. And I'm like, bro, and it's like, and with those channels, there's so much content that I can upload for those channels. So that's what I'm like, yeah, at the end of the day, being a content creator, you always like have an idea. You always have an idea on what you're going to upload and what you're going to do. Like me being a content creator, I always have an idea. And if I don't, I'm like, I just sit there and I just continuously keep on writing. My thing is like, if I have like no videos to do, like let's say I'm like, okay, I reacted to a bunch of videos. I played a bunch of video games. I did a bunch of like, like music reviewing videos. And I've done every videos I possibly could. So at the end of the day, like, what else can I do? Let's say if I ever reach to that point, which will probably never happen, because I'm like, I think I've said this before, where I'm like, your brain is like you guys see it as like a galaxy, where it's just like an infinite thing, and it's like, you just gotta be like lightning speed through your brain, trying to find like the next idea and stuff to focus on, or to overall like, do, but I see people's brain as that. You got to keep continuously coming up with an idea. So let's say, like, I've done everything that I need to do. I recorded all the videos I need to record for my, all of my channels, edited all the videos I need to edit, played all the games I need to play. I did videos for all of my channels for today, or for throughout the week or however, I did all the videos I possibly could. Now I'm sitting there thinking, if I'm thinking to myself, I want to do more. I'm gonna do more regardless. I'm like, because that's the thing. I'm like, now that I have to say that's probably the one thing that is impossible in me, is that there's not, like, there's not something for me to do. There's always something for me to do. There's always something from to have some videos to work on. So that's what I'm like, yeah, I'm like, that would be impossible. That would probably be the one thing in life that's impossible for me, is to not have nothing to do. I'm like, I'm always gonna have something to do. So anyways, I have reached the 15-minute mark. I'm trying to think what other life stories or life experiences can I talk on. Let's talk on love real quick, and I'm probably going to end up ending the episode. But don't think for a second that nobody can love you. I know for some people, they might be like, oh, I've had all these bad relationships. Like, I can't find the love of my life. Like, I can't, that's impossible. That's okay. So I'm like, that's probably another thing. You know what? To just not use the word impossible, it is possible for you to find some sort of love out there for your life. So that's what I'm like. I just don't want people coming to me and they say like, oh, it's impossible. It's like, yeah, you're down and out right now. Everybody in their life, I feel like that's like the ultimate life experience that everybody done felt at some point in time, and if they haven't, they will, because it ain't no problem with like experiencing some stuff like that. Everybody's gonna be down and out. Everybody's gonna have a point in time in their life when they're like, I can't do it no more. I'm tired. I've had thoughts like that, and you know what I do? I get up and I start doing something to take my mind off of all the problems I'm facing, all the problems I'm having. I just get up and just start working on me. And that's YouTube, Twitch streaming, TikTok videos, whatever I need to do to just take my mind off of stuff. I do it. I do something. All right. So, anyways, yeah. And that being said, I hope this episode motivated y'all. I don't even know what to. And whoever, like, I can't even like think of who asked me. I just seen it said life experiences, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll try to do some on that. It's the funny thing about it. To like, even this episode itself was motivating. I had no idea what I was going to talk on. I didn't have nothing written down. I just started pretty much just like talking off of the top of my head about life experiences. And you know what? This actually was a good episode. This was a really good episode. So I'm like, shout out to whoever it was that asked me to do an episode about life experiences, because I talked about something. I did something here. So that's just let you know, like, any life experiences that you're going through, it doesn't last forever. So pretty much saying for this episode, me not having something or not having something to talk on, I had something to talk on. So it's possible it was possible for me to do this. I feel like, yeah, that should be like a clear example, to overall, let y'all know, like, hey, stuff is possible. So I proved it by doing this episode. So, anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Subscribe to one of my 31 YouTube channels. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook at TMossBoss. What else? Yeah, overall, just show love, support, do what you can. I hope you're having a good day, night, whatever you're having. And yeah, that being said, talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.